Good morning, students. This is part 2 of chapter 5, the fundamental unit of life. In this session, we'll discuss about what is a cell made up of and what is the structural organization of a cell. There are three cell organelles: plasma membrane or cell membrane, cell wall or nucleus. In this session, we'll discuss about cell membrane or plasma membrane in detail. So let me start the session over here. What is a cell made up of, or what is the structural organization of a cell? The cell has special components and they are called cell organelles. How is a cell organized? कोई भी सेल, whether it is animal cell or plant cell, उसके कुछ components होते हैं जिसको हम बोलते हैं cell organelles. तो सेल के अंदर वो कैसे organized होते हैं one by one, that we will study in this session. If we study a cell under a microscope, we would come across three features, and they are found almost in every cell. And they are plasma membrane, the second is nucleus, the third is cytoplasm. All activities inside the cell and interaction of the cell with its environment are possible due to these features only. In this session, at first I will explain plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, or this is called cell membrane also. In this diagram of cell, you can see this is plasma membrane here. This is membrane. This is all around the cell. That is like the cover of the cell. Okay. So this is the outermost covering of the cell, and that separates the content of the cell from the external environment. The plasma membrane allows, or it permits, the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell. And that is why it is called a selective permeable membrane. The plasma membrane is flexible and that is made up of organic molecules. They are called lipids and proteins. See, here I would like to mention a very important point about this plasma membrane, and that is the flexibility of cell membrane also enables the cell to engulf in food and other material from its external environment. Such processes are known as endocytosis. Amoeba acquires its food through such processes. Okay, so now let me explain the whole matter again. Here in this slide, I am teaching you about plasma membrane. So plasma membrane एक outer covering होता है cell का. Here you are seeing जो cell है that is the outer covering, और ये outer covering cell के अंदर जो जितना भी ये सामान है उसको बाहर के environment से separate करता है. So that is a separation material, और जो अंदर के ऑर्गेनल्स को सेव रखती है that is a membrane. Membrane का मतलब होता है एक जाली, एक झिल्ली. The plasma membrane allows or permits the entry and exit of some material and out of the cell. सभी materials को ये बाहर से अंदर और अंदर से बाहर नहीं आने देता है. That is why it is known as semi permeable और selective permeable. बाहर के environments में से अंदर कौन सा सामान जाएगा जो ये allow करेगा, और अंदर से बाहर क्या आएगा जो ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन allow करेगा. Everything cannot enter, cannot come out of this plasma membrane, and this is the reason only it is known as selective permeable membrane. See, sometimes the question is asked in 2 marks, why plasma membrane is called selectively permeable. So the answer is simple, selective substance को ही अंदर या बाहर आने देना पड़ता है, allow नहीं करता है to come or to go out each and every substance. That is why it is selective permeable membrane. And see, very important thing, that is flexible and it is made up of organic molecules. तो किसका बना होता है प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन? लिपिड्स और प्रोटीन्स का. Fine. So that is plasma membrane. If short note is asked about cell membrane or plasma membrane, these are the points you can write. Very important thing I told about the cell membrane, that is the flexibility of cell membrane. This is very flexible और ये इतना flexible है कि खुद के अंदर engulf means अंदर absorb कर लेता है food material को. बाहर के एनवायरनमेंट से कोई फूड मटेरियल अगर प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन में आता है तो उसको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा. और अमीबा जो है एक यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म है और वो इसी तरीके से अपना फूड एनगल्फ करता है. सो दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट अबाउट प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. सो नाउ लेट मी मूव फॉरवर्ड. This is the magnified image of plasma membrane. You can see here the structure of plasma membrane, that is lipid bilayer, all other things, phospholipids, polar head, fatty acid. So this is the magnified image. Only for your information I have kept over here. The next thing is, how does the movement of substances take place into the cell and how do substances move out of the cell? As I told you कि plasma membrane एक cover होता है जो अंदर के substances को separate करता है बाहर के environment से. और ये movement कैसे possible है? जो substances हैं सेल के अंदर से बाहर कैसे आते हैं और बाहर से अंदर कैसे जाते हैं. यूजुअली गैसियस जो चीजें गैस चीजें जो हैं CO2 और ऑक्सीजन, दे एक्सचेंज इन द सेल एंड इन ह्यूमन बीइंग दिस एक्सचेंज हैपेंस इन alveoli that you know very well. In the lungs alveoli are there and CO2 comes out and oxygen goes inside. Okay, so some substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen can move across the cell and that process is known as diffusion. Diffusion means a spontaneous movement of a substance from a region of high concentration to a region where its concentration is low. जहां पर concentration ज़्यादा होता है वहां से कम concentration वाले region में आना, that is diffusion. Your diffusion you can say simply mixing of the things. alveoli में diffusion होता है oxygen और CO2 का. CO2 comes out and oxygen goes in. That is diffusion. Something similar to this happens in cells also when some substances like CO2 accumulates in high concentration inside the cell. As I told you, जब CO2 का concentration सेल के अंदर ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो वो सेल मेम्ब्रेन में से बाहर की तरफ डिफ्यूज हो जाएगी. और जब O2 अगर कम हो जाएगा सेल के अंदर तो बाहर के एनवायरमेंट्स में से ऑक्सीजन सेल के अंदर चली जाएगी. So that is diffusion. In the cell's external environment, the concentration of CO2 is low as compared to the inside the cell. तो क्या होगा? एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट में CO2 कम है और सेल के अंदर CO2 ज्यादा हो गया है तो CO2 सेल के अंदर से बाहर की तरफ डिफ्यूज हो जाएगा. As soon as there is a difference of concentration of CO2 inside and outside the cell, CO2 moves out of the cell from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration outside the cell by the process of diffusion. Okay, here in this animation also you can see that inside the cell oxygen is entering while CO2 is going out. Okay, in the same manner oxygen enters the cell by the process of diffusion when the level of concentration of oxygen inside the cell decreases. सेल के अंदर ऑक्सीजन कम हो जाएगा तो बाहर के एनवायरनमेंट में से ऑक्सीजन सेल के अंदर डिफ्यूज हो जाएगा. The diffusion plays very important role in gaseous exchange between the cells as well as the cell and its external environment. This can be asked as a 2 marks question also and in 1 marks also. What is the process known as that is used for exchange of gases in cell? So you can write the answer diffusion. Fine. Water also obeys the law of diffusion. खाली गैस ही एक्सचेंज नहीं होते हैं, वाटर भी एक्सचेंज होता है. The movement of water molecule through such a selective permeable membrane is called osmosis. See, जब gaseous exchange हो रहा था, the process is known as diffusion. But when water exchange हो रहा है, entering the cell or coming out the cell, then the process is known as osmosis. So what is the difference between diffusion and osmosis? That I'll explain over here one by one. Pay attention. Very important topic, osmosis. The movement of water across the plasma membrane is also affected by the amount of substance dissolved in water. Osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration through a selective permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration till the equilibrium is reached. जब तक अंदर सेल के अंदर और सेल के बाहर सेम कंसंट्रेशन नहीं हो जाएगा तब तक ये प्रोसेस स्टार्ट रहता है. What will happen if we put an animal cell or a plant cell into the solution of sugar or salt in water? See, three things will happen. All these things, three things I will explain one by one. First will happen if the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration. Then the cell, meaning that the outside solution is very dilute, and the cell will gain water by osmosis, and such a solution is known as hypotonic solution. Let me repeat it. अगर किसी एनिमल सेल और प्लांट सेल को शुगर सॉल्यूशन या सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन में रखते हैं तो क्या होता है? थ्री थिंग्स होती हैं. एक तो सेल के बाहर कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा है, सेल के अंदर कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा है, या दोनों तरफ कंसंट्रेशन सेम है. तो द फर्स्ट वन आई एम डिस्कसिंग ओवर हियर कि इफ द मीडियम सराउंडिंग द सेल हैज अ हायर वाटर कंसंट्रेशन, अगर सेल के सराउंडिंग्स में ज्यादा वाटर कंसंट्रेशन है और अंदर कम है तो क्या होगा? द सेल विल गेन वाटर बाय ऑस्मोसिस, और इस प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं, इस तरह के सॉल्यूशन को हम बोलते हैं हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन. हियर यू कैन सी द सेल इन्फ्लेट एंड इवनली बर्स्ट. जब पानी सेल के अंदर चला जाता है तो सेल टर्जिट हो जाती है, फूल जाती है और करीब करीब बर्स्ट जैसा हो जाती है. वाटर इज ट्रांसपोर्टेड इनटू द सेल, अंदर सेल के अंदर पानी जा रहा है, and solute concentration inside the cell is higher. Water molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane in both the directions, अंदर की तरफ भी और बाहर की तरफ भी, but more water will come into the cell than will leave, and the net result is that water enters the cell and the cells is likely to swell up. सेल के अंदर पानी ज्यादा हो जाता है और सेल फूलता चला जाता है. So that was the first condition. अगर कोई एनिमल सेल या प्लांट सेल को हम शुगर और सॉल्ट के सॉल्यूशन में रखते हैं तो क्या होता है? Fine. The second thing is, if the medium has exactly the same water concentration as the cell, there will be no net movement of water. Such a solution is known as isotonic solution. अगर सेल के बाहर और सेल के अंदर वाटर कंसंट्रेशन सेम है तो पानी न तो बाहर आएगा और न ही अंदर जाएगा, या अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर ट्रांसपोर्टेड इन और आउट विल बी इक्वल. सो ना तो सेल स्वेलिंग होगा और ना ही श्रिंक होगा, तो सेल जो भी है वो अपनी नॉर्मल कंडीशन में ही रहेगा. वाटर क्रॉसेस द सेल मेम्ब्रेन in both the direction, but the amount going is in the same as the amount going out. अंदर जाने वाला पानी और बाहर आने वाला पानी का amount same रहेगा. So there is no overall movement of the water and the cell will stay in the same size. Cell खुद के नॉर्मल साइज में रहता है। नाउ द थर्ड कंडीशन इज if the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell. सेल के अंदर हायर कंसंट्रेशन है और सेल के बाहर लोअर कंसंट्रेशन है, तो फिर क्या होगा? The cell will lose water by osmosis and such a solution is known as hypertonic solution. Here you can see that water is coming out. Okay, water is transported out from the cell, तो जो solute concentration inside the cell है वो lower है, और पानी आने बाहर आने के बाद आपने क्या देखा कि ये सेल जो है shrink हो जाती है. Here you can see the cell shrink हो जाती है, छोटी हो जाएगी. Here water crosses the cell membrane in both the direction, but this time more water leaves the cell than enters it and cell will shrink. So osmosis is a very special case of diffusion through a selective permeable membrane. Here with the help of animation I am trying to explain hypotonic solution. There is red blood cell and you can see these are the particles of sodium chloride, and particles of sodium chloride are just entering the cell from all over the side. So you can see the cell is swelling up due to the entering of sodium chloride and water molecules. चूंकि ब्लड सेल के अंदर बाहर से सोडियम क्लोराइड और वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स अंदर एंटर कर रहे हैं तो सेल स्वेल हो जाएगा, फूल जाएगा सेल. ओके, all three conditions I am explaining together so that you can understand it clearly. The first one is a hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution means water सेल के अंदर ज्यादा अमाउंट में जाता है in the comparison of water coming out of the cell. So more water is entering the cell, it means the cell will swell. In another condition, hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution में the water will come out the cell comparatively more in the amount of water entering the cell. बाहर आने वाला वाटर ज्यादा होगा तो उससे क्या होगा, हमारा सेल श्रिंक हो जाएगा. Here shrink हो जाएगा. The third one is isotonic solution. Isotonic solution में जो concentration है outside और inside, here and here it is equal. So the amount of water is entering or coming out will be same. So there will not be any change in the shape of blood cell or any other plant cell, and the cell will be in normal condition. So this was hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic solutions. Hypotonic में more water enters the cell and cell swells. Hypertonic में more water leaves the cell and comes out and cell shrinks. But in isotonic, the amount of water is same, that is entering or coming out. So there will not be any change in the shape of the cell and the cell will be in its normal shape. There is an activity number 5.4 in your textbook at page number 60. Yes, no, it is at page number 60. Yes, it is at 60. And the activity is put dried resin or apricots in plain water and leave them for some time. Then place them into a concentrated solution of sugar or salt. What do you notice? रेजिन मीन्स द्राक्ष, सूखी हुई द्राक्ष. आप सूखी हुई द्राक्ष को पानी में रखिए, थोड़ी देर के बाद निकाल लीजिए और उसके बाद उसको आप शुगर या सॉल्ट के सॉल्यूशन में रखिए. So here you can see when we are putting them into the water, what will happen? The water will enter the resins and resins will swell up. फूल जाएंगी. I think this animation is very helpful in explaining that. You can notice it. The resin are kept in water and after some time what do you notice? You notice that they are swelling up. Why? Because water is entering the resin, and when they are placed in concentrated solution, at that time they will lose the water and they will shrink. Here the difference between diffusion and osmosis. In diffusion, solute molecules move from high to lower concentration. That can be explained with the help of the diagram. Here you can see these red particles are the solute particles, and they are moving from high concentration to lower concentration. कब तक? जब तक कि इक्विलिब्रियम नहीं हो जाता. इक्विलिब्रियम मतलब यूनिफॉर्म और होमोजेनियस सॉल्यूशन. In osmosis, solvent molecules move from low to higher concentration. See, this is the difference only. In diffusion, solute molecules are moving, but in osmosis, solvent molecules are moving. And solute molecules are moving from high to low, but solvent molecules are moving from low to high concentration. And here you can see in low solute concentration, that is high solute concentration over here, and when solvent molecules are moving from low concentration to high, and we get equilibrium over here. So this is the difference between diffusion and osmosis. Unicellular freshwater organism and most plant cell tends to gain water through osmosis process. Absorption of water by plant roots is also an example of osmosis. So now you can define osmosis and you can give examples of osmosis also. Here, once more, let me explain how diffusion and osmosis are differ and what is same. In diffusion, solvent and solute particles move to equalize concentration. No semi-permeable membrane is involved. Remember this point, very important. No semi-permeable membrane is involved. While in osmosis, only solvent particles move, solute particles do not move at all. And the movement is through a semi-permeable membrane. See, in diffusion there is no membrane, in osmosis membrane is there. Okay? And the same thing is in diffusion and osmosis, in both they equalize the concentration of two solutions. जो हमारे पास दो सॉल्यूशंस होते हैं, एक का कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा होता है, एक का कंसंट्रेशन कम होता है. आफ्टर डिफ्यूजन और आफ्टर ऑस्मोसिस दोनों का ही कंसंट्रेशन सेम हो जाता है. सो दैट इज द कॉमन थिंग इन डिफ्यूजन एंड इन ऑस्मोसिस. एंड व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? डिफरेंस इज कि यहाँ पर ओनली सॉल्वेंट पार्टिकल्स मूव करते हैं और यहाँ पर सॉल्वेंट और सॉल्यूट दोनों ही मूव करेंगे या ओनली सॉल्यूट मूव करेगा. और यहाँ पर solute particles will not move at all. So I think now diffusion and osmosis both are clear to you. These are the questions in your textbook, page number 61, and here are the answers of this question. Question number 1, how do substances like CO2 and water move in and out of the cell? CO2 जो गैस है वो सेल के अंदर और बाहर कैसे मूव होती है डिस्कस करना है. So now you know it clearly, by diffusion it occurs. और जो H2 है that enters or come out by osmosis. Remember this. Question number 2, why plasma membrane called selectively permeable membrane? In the starting of this presentation I told you why it is called selectively permeable membrane, because only some selective substances can pass through it, that is why. Fine, so write these question answer in your fair book, and with writing these question answers do this work also. In your fair book write 3 short notes about hypotonic solution, about isotonic solution, and hypertonic solution. So I hope the session was clear to you. Only one point I explained over here, and that was cell membrane and exchange of gases and water through cell membrane. So thank you, students. If you have any doubt, you can go through this session once again. And then also, if you think you need to ask me something, you can call me or you can message me. So now we'll meet in part 3 of chapter 5. By then, thank you.